Welcome to this workshop, Understanding Credit, how to fix it, build it, and protect it. I am Janelle Cross. If you've attended another session, you've been introduced to the 3 stages of financial wellness. If this is not familiar, check out our Money Milestones course, which takes a deep dive into these stages. This is a Stage 1 financial safety course. First, let's understand how credit scores work. A credit score is a numerical expression of a person's credit worthiness, and the higher the better when it comes to this metric. Creditors use your score to predict how likely you are to make required payments. Your score determines whether you qualify for a loan, what interest rate you'll pay, and how much credit you will receive. Credit scores range from 300 to 850. Considering few Americans land in the excellent range, chances are there's something you can do to improve your score. Having a good credit score is important because it impacts things like getting approved for credit cards, loans, and qualifying for lower interest rates. Next, we'll walk through 5 things you can do to move your score toward excellent. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion are the 3 main credit bureaus. They collect your consumer information and then provide the information to creditors in the form of a credit report, which contains your FICO credit score. The 5 most influential components of your FICO score are your payment history, which counts for 35%, amounts owed, or how much of your credit line you've used, which equals 30% of your score. Length of credit history accounts for 15%, types of credit or credit mix is 10%, and the establishment of new lines of credit contributes 10% to your score. Accounting for 35% of your score, making payments on time is the biggest contributing factor. So the first step to improving credit is the most obvious: pay your bills on time. Missing even one due date by a single day can negatively impact your score. Delaying 60 or 90 days can pull your score down significantly. And when creditors look at your score and see a missed installment, it's like throwing up a red flag. They'll see those missed payments and assume that you're a risk. They could deny your credit, increase your interest rate, and the worst thing is those missed payments linger on your credit report for 7 years, even if you close the card or pay off the balance. If you've only missed one payment, it doesn't hurt to ask your billing company to remove the missed date from your record. If you have a track record of making payments on time, they might be forgiving. A good habit is to set up automatic payments or reminders to pay the minimum well before the due date. Then make additional payments and ideally pay off your balance when you reconcile your finances. The frequency is really up to you, but we recommend you reconcile your accounts at least monthly. Our second good habit is to correct any errors on your credit report as soon as possible. Everyone's entitled to receive a free copy of your credit report annually from each of the 3 bureaus. Your credit report contains all the information used to calculate your scores, but credit bureaus are not perfect and they can and do make mistakes. The most common errors are identity mistakes, incorrect account details, and fraudulent account errors. An identity error can range from having the wrong phone number to a more troublesome issue of mixing up your information with someone else's. The second error that affects your score is having incorrect account details. For instance, if closed accounts are reported as open, or if open accounts have the incorrect credit limit listed. The most serious mistake is someone trying to steal your identity and open lines of credit with your information, but without your authorization. Check the credit lines reported and make sure you opened them yourself. If you identify an error, dispute it immediately with the reporting bureau. You'll need a copy of your credit report containing the error and supporting documentation. Taking the necessary steps to correct errors can be time-consuming, but can make a huge difference in your score. How old is your credit history? Some people get a credit card as soon as they can, and others wait until they need it. But the truth is, the age of your credit impacts your score. Creditors want to see that you've had good credit lines open and are making payments on time. The longer the account is open and in good condition, the better it is for your score. This is a reason to consider opening a credit card for responsible young adults. Now, one big misconception about debt is that closing out old credit lines will help your score, but it can have the opposite effect. Keeping old accounts open, those that have a history of on-time payments, allows your payment history to grow and improve your credit score. If your past debt mistakes are severely bringing your score down, then you may want to consider closing the account, but beware those mistakes will linger for 7 years. The longer your history of good debt usage, the better your score, so keep good debt lines open as long as possible. We're on tip number 4, which is to monitor your utilization ratio. Your credit utilization ratio is the amount of outstanding balances on all credit cards divided by the sum of each card's limit. The lower the percentage, the better your score. While there's no hard and fast rule, creditors typically prefer to see a utilization ratio of 30% or less. So decreasing your ratio can have a positive impact on your credit score. If your ratio is over 30%, there are ways to lower it. For starters, try to pay off your balances in full every month, or call the lender to increase your credit limit. To determine your ratio, you can click online calculators like this one from Dollar Sprout. The final way to improve your score is easier said than done. Stop overspending. If you reduce spending, it'll reduce the amount of debt to repay and make improving your score easier. Building up debt is more than overspending, though. Did you know that if you agree to co-sign for someone and they default on the loan, it'll reflect on you and your score as well? If you don't already have a spending plan, well then now's the time to start one. Check out our Dollars and Cents workshop for more on this topic. This is also a good time to create a debt reduction plan if you need to. A good source is credit.org. They offer credit and debt counseling services at no cost to you. Also check out our Living Debt-Free workshop. So far we focused on ways to improve your score, but what if you're just starting out? Building credit can be like a chicken and egg riddle. You need credit to build credit history, and you need credit history to qualify for credit. But banks can help you get your credit train started on the right track. They offer secured credit cards that are connected to an account the lender can access if payments aren't made on time. There are also credit builder loans to help you build your credit. There are some financial institutions that don't automatically track to your credit history, including rent and utility payments. But websites like Rental Karma and RentTrack can get you credit for on-time payments. Another important component of your FICO score is your credit mix. So you don't want to have just credit cards or just a mortgage. A variety of credit and loan types is good for your score. This includes credit cards, mortgages, car loans, student loans, and bank lines of credit. As we wrap up, let's take a moment to see just how much your credit impacts cash flow. This chart shows 4 expenses influenced by your credit score: mortgage interest rates, car interest rates, the cost of insurance like car insurance and credit card interest rates. You can see folks with higher scores pay less, and the difference can be significant. Look at the difference in rates for a car loan or a credit card for someone with poor credit compared to excellent credit. And those interest rates translate into real dollars that you'll have to give to a lender instead of spending for yourself. The difference between fair and excellent credit can make it $100,000 more expensive to pay off your mortgage. Making the most of your money resources means building good credit. Here are good habits to help. First, check your reports annually. Check your spouse's too. Think twice before co-signing, and keep good debts open to build your history. Don't be tricked by those in-store credit card offers, which usually come with a very high interest rate, and keep your card balances under 30% of the total credit limit. Finally, try to build history across a variety of debt types. That's a lot to keep track of, but remember to focus on taking the best next step. Google is full of advice, and so are family and friends, but not all advice matches your situation. We're here to help you figure out what the best next step is for you right now so you wind up where you want to be. Thanks for joining me today. If you have questions on this topic or another, please reach out. We look forward to connecting with you.